Hello, today we're going on an extraordinary journey deep inside the human body. It's a bustling, hidden universe, a complex network of trillions of cells all working together in a delicate, coordinated dance. And in this universe, communication is everything. We're about to shine a light on one of the most important communicators in this entire system. It's a molecule so fleeting and so tiny, it exists for only a few seconds at a time. But in that brief lifespan, it orchestrates a vast range of critical functions. It's a true miracle molecule, and its discovery has revolutionized our understanding of health and disease. This molecule is called nitric oxide. Now, that name might ring a bell, but it's crucial not to confuse it with nitrous oxide, the anesthetic sometimes known as laughing gas. They are very different. Nitric oxide, often simply called NO, is something your own body produces, and it's working inside you right now, every second of every day, acting as a vital signaling messenger. Chemically, it's incredibly simple, made of just one nitrogen atom bonded to one oxygen atom. But this simplicity is its superpower. Because it's so small and is actually a gas, it can diffuse freely and rapidly across cell membranes, delivering its messages almost instantly where they're needed most. It's part of a unique class of molecules known as gasotransmitters, and it is one of the most important molecules for life itself. Think of it as the body's ultimate express delivery service. A tiny messenger produced on demand, darting through your tissues at lightning speed. It doesn't need a complex system of locks and keys. It simply glides through to its target, carrying vital instructions that tell your cells how to behave. Perhaps its most famous role is as a vasodilator. That's a fancy term, but the concept is simple. Nitric oxide signals the smooth muscles in the walls of your arteries to relax. As they relax, the arteries widen. This is fundamentally important. It's like turning a narrow country lane into a 3-lane motorway, allowing blood to flow more freely. This lowers blood pressure and, crucially, boosts the delivery of oxygen and vital nutrients to every single organ and tissue in your body, from your brain to the tips of your toes. But its job doesn't stop there. Nitric oxide is also a key weapon in your immune system's arsenal. When your body detects an infection, certain immune cells like macrophages unleash a burst of nitric oxide. This cloud of molecules is toxic to invading pathogens, helping to neutralize bacteria and stop viruses from replicating. It's a first responder, helping to protect you from illness, and it's even a major player in your brain. Here, it acts as a unique type of neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger that allows your brain cells to communicate. It's involved in the process of neuroplasticity, which is how the brain learns and forms new memories. It also helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, contributing to a restful night's sleep. This isn't science fiction. This is the real, intricate biology happening inside you at this very moment. It truly is a fundamental signaling molecule. If your body's communication network were the internet, nitric oxide wouldn't be a long email. It would be a quick, crucial text message, a ping that says relax, fight, or remember. It's this constant, rapid-fire messaging that keeps the countless systems of your body working in harmony. Without enough of it, that harmony can be disrupted, and basic processes can begin to falter. So where does this wonder molecule come from? Your body produces it using a family of special enzymes called nitric oxide synthase, or NOS for short. There are 3 main types. eNOS is found in the endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, where it works to regulate blood flow and pressure. iNOS is used by your immune cells to generate large defensive bursts of nitric oxide. And NNOS is found in your nervous system, helping your neurons communicate. Each one produces the exact same molecule, but for very different, highly specific jobs. For decades, scientists were stumped. They could see in experiments that something released from the endothelium, the lining of blood vessels, was causing them to relax. But they couldn't isolate it or identify it. They gave this mysterious substance a placeholder name, endothelium-derived relaxing factor, or EDRF. The race to unmask EDRF was one of the great quests of modern medicine. Then, in the 1980s, 3 scientists, Robert Furchgott, Luis Ignaro, and Ferid Murad, working independently, finally solved the puzzle. They proved that this mysterious EDRF was in fact the simple gas nitric oxide. This discovery was so profound it earned them the 1998 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. So, why is the story of this tiny invisible gas so important for you? Because the amount of nitric oxide your body produces has a direct, powerful and measurable impact on your daily well-being and long-term health. When your nitric oxide levels are healthy, your entire cardiovascular system can work as it should. Your blood vessels are flexible and open, ensuring your blood pressure stays in a healthy range. This reduces the strain on your heart and significantly lowers your risk of developing heart disease, the world's #1 killer. But as we age, or due to certain lifestyle factors, our body's ability to produce nitric oxide can decline. When levels drop, the consequences can be felt throughout the body. Without enough NO to signal relaxation, blood vessels can become stiffer and narrower, leading to high blood pressure. You might notice poor circulation, like persistently cold hands and feet. Because blood flow is so critical for so many functions, low levels can also contribute to issues like fatigue, slower recovery from exercise, and in men, erectile dysfunction, which is often an early warning sign of underlying cardiovascular issues. The science is clear. Maintaining healthy nitric oxide levels is one of the cornerstones of good health. But here is the truly empowering part. This isn't just a story about a molecule, it's a story about control. By understanding what nitric oxide is, what it does, and what affects its production, you gain the power to influence your own biology. You can make simple, practical choices every single day to support your body's natural ability to produce this miracle molecule. And in doing so, take a proactive step towards a healthier future. Its most famous job is as a vasodilator. That's a scientific term, but it means something very simple. It widens your blood vessels. Imagine your arteries and veins are like flexible hoses. Nitric oxide signals the muscles in the walls of these hoses to relax. This makes the hoses wider, allowing blood to flow more freely and easily throughout your entire body. This vasodilation effect is the key to maintaining healthy blood pressure. When your blood vessels are relaxed and open, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood around your body. This lowers the pressure against the artery walls, which is exactly what we measure when we take your blood pressure. And as we know, high blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. By keeping your blood vessels flexible and wide, nitric oxide is a true guardian of your cardiovascular health. For those who are active, nitric oxide is a performance enhancer. By increasing blood flow to your muscles during exercise, it delivers more oxygen and nutrients right where they are needed. This can help boost your endurance, allowing you to go for longer, and it can also speed up your recovery afterwards. So, whether you're a professional athlete or just enjoy a brisk walk, nitric oxide is your silent partner, helping you get the most out of every movement. Now, we are going to explore its role as a crucial soldier in your body's army, the immune system. This incredible defense force works around the clock, protecting you from a constant barrage of microscopic invaders that would otherwise make you sick. And in this army, nitric oxide is one of the most versatile and powerful frontline weapons. The enemies are everywhere. These can be bacteria looking for a place to multiply, viruses that want to hijack our cells to make copies of themselves, or even fungi and parasites. Your body is a fortress, and these are the invaders trying to breach the walls. To defend against these threats, the immune system has specialized cells on patrol. One of the most important of these are the macrophages. You can think of them as the security guards or sentinels of your body, constantly checking for anything that looks out of place. They don't just wander aimlessly. They are equipped with special sensors that can recognize common patterns found on invaders, but not on your own healthy cells. It's how they instantly tell friend from foe. When a macrophage encounters an invader and confirms its identity, it doesn't just sound an alarm, it goes on the offensive. It starts to produce a massive burst of nitric oxide. This isn't a gentle signal for communication. This is a highly concentrated toxic blast designed to kill the intruder on the spot. This production of nitric oxide by immune cells is a critical part of what we call the innate immune response. Think of innate as inborn. It's your body's immediate, non-specific first line of defense. It's always ready to go, fighting off any and all intruders without needing to have met them before. This cloud of nitric oxide is devastatingly effective. It can damage the DNA, proteins, and membranes of invading microbes, effectively stopping them in their tracks. It disrupts their ability to make energy and repair themselves. It's a form of chemical warfare on a microscopic scale, a powerful tool to neutralize threats before they can establish a foothold. From the front lines of immune defense, let's travel to the most complex organ in the body, the brain. Here, in the command center of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, nitric oxide plays yet another surprising and critical role, but this time as a messenger, not a weapon. In the brain, nitric oxide acts as a neurotransmitter, a chemical that lets brain cells communicate. But it's completely different from all the others. Traditional neurotransmitters work like a key in a lock passed directly from one neuron to a specific receptor on the next. It's a very precise one-to-one conversation. Nitric oxide, however, is a maverick messenger that breaks all the rules of brain communication. Because it's a tiny gas molecule, it isn't stored in packages or released at specific junctions. It's made on demand and simply diffuses out, spreading through the local neighborhood of cells. Think of it less like a letter delivered to a single address and more like a radio broadcast, sending a signal out to a whole local area, influencing any receptive cell within its reach. This unusual signaling is particularly important for processes like learning and memory, which rely on changing the strength of connections between neurons. This ability of our brain to rewire itself is called neuroplasticity, and nitric oxide is a key player. For example, when one neuron successfully sends a signal to another, the receiving neuron can produce nitric oxide. This nitric oxide can then be released and act as a retrograde messenger, meaning it travels backwards across the synapse to the original sending neuron. This backward signal essentially tells the first neuron, "Message received, loud and clear, let's strengthen this connection." This feedback loop makes the pathway more efficient for future use. Beyond memory, nitric oxide also helps regulate other fundamental brain activities. It influences our sleep-wake cycles, helping to guide the transition between alertness and restorative sleep. And remember its role as a vasodilator. It does that in the brain too. It helps to regulate the brain's own blood supply, ensuring that active regions get the extra oxygen and nutrients they need to function. From protecting our bodies to shaping our thoughts, this simple molecule is truly a biological superstar. One of its most important roles is in how our body handles sugar. Specifically, nitric oxide is involved in the action of insulin. When your cells become less responsive to insulin, this is called insulin resistance. A good supply of nitric oxide makes your cells more sensitive to insulin's message. Blood sugar levels remain chronically high, leading to prediabetes and eventually type 2 diabetes. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. So, low nitric oxide contributes to insulin resistance and weight gain. And that weight gain then further lowers your nitric oxide levels. Without enough, they stay constricted. They lose youthful flexibility and become stiff and narrow. This is called endothelial dysfunction. That increased force is high blood pressure, hypertension. Often the first sign nitric oxide is low. The non-stick quality nitric oxide provides disappears, cholesterol grabs hold, other fatty substances form dangerous plaques. This is atherosclerosis. You might start to notice physical symptoms like cold hands and feet. You might experience brain fog, have difficulty concentrating, and as we explored earlier, this circulatory deficit is the direct cause of erectile dysfunction, acting as that canary in the coal mine. The good news is that you are not powerless, far from it. While it might feel like declining health is inevitable, you can become an active participant in your own well-being. There are simple, powerful, and natural ways to encourage your body to produce more of this life-giving molecule. These are accessible choices you can make every day to support your body from the inside out, reclaiming your vitality without drastic measures. Your body has a clever shortcut for making nitric oxide, relying on compounds called nitrates. When you eat nitrate-rich foods, beneficial bacteria on your tongue convert these nitrates into nitrites. This is a crucial first step. These nitrites then travel to your stomach, where they are converted into nitric oxide and absorbed. This elegant process depends on a healthy oral microbiome, which is why using harsh antiseptic mouthwash can hinder your body's NO production. So which foods are the champions of nitrates? Leafy green vegetables are the undisputed kings. Arugula, with its peppery kick, and versatile spinach are packed with them. Other great sources include lettuce, celery, and Swiss chard. And we can't forget beetroot. This vibrant root vegetable is so potent that just a small glass of beetroot juice can have a measurable effect on blood pressure within hours, a powerful demonstration of how quickly your diet can impact your health. Moving your body is one of the most reliable ways to stimulate your endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, to produce more nitric oxide. When you exercise, your heart pumps more blood, creating a gentle friction or shear stress against the endothelial walls. This physical force signals the cells to release a surge of nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens the vessels, improving blood flow. The benefits extend beyond your workout. Regular exercise makes your body better and more efficient at producing nitric oxide all the time, raising your baseline levels for 24/7 protection. Aerobic exercise, the kind that gets your heart rate up, is particularly effective. Think brisk walking, jogging, cycling or swimming, but dancing, hiking and even vigorous gardening all contribute. The most important thing is consistency. Even a brisk walk that makes you slightly breathless is enough. Every step you take is a step towards better endothelial function. A surprising ally in this quest is the sun. Your skin acts as a large reservoir for nitric oxide compounds. Research shows that when your skin is exposed to UVA rays, it triggers the release of this stored nitric oxide into your circulation, which can help widen blood vessels and lower blood pressure. Of course, sun safety is key. We're talking about short, sensible exposure of 10-15 minutes while always avoiding sunburn. On the supplement front, two amino acids are often marketed as no boosters, L-arginine and L-citrulline. While L-arginine is the direct building block, L-citrulline is proving more effective. Found in foods like watermelon, L-citrulline bypasses initial breakdown in the liver and is converted to L-arginine where it's needed most, making it more available for nitric oxide production. As always, consult a healthcare provider before starting any new supplement. As you can see, nitric oxide is a unifying thread that weaves through almost every aspect of our health. It influences the force of our heartbeat, the clarity of our thoughts, and the strength of our immune defenses. The most empowering part is that you now have the knowledge and tools to support your body's nitric oxide production starting right now. It begins with small choices. By embracing a diet rich in vegetables, committing to an active lifestyle you enjoy, and getting sensible sun exposure, you are nurturing your body's innate ability to thrive. The secret power of nitric oxide is no longer a secret to you. It is powerful knowledge, and by acting on it, you can unlock a healthier, more vibrant future for yourself. Thank you for joining me on this fascinating journey.